Yes, the world is pretty bad right now. I think everyone can sort of agree. There's a general consensus that not really doing too well at the moment. Because I'm trying to talk about things that everyone can look forward to and think about whilst the world is in a bad period. Um, but yeah, right now, generally, I think, I feel like I can speak from almost a position of privilege. I do work barely just over minimum wage job in flipping retail, which sucks. It sucks so bad. Um, uh, Not by choice, my ad. There was actually that's a good first topic. Jobs right now. Why are jobs so hard to get? Um, it's a general question actually. I don't know why it's so hard, but I've applied for probably over 500 jobs. I've heard back from maybe three or four. That's either rejections or just saying, "Oh yeah, next stage." Actually, have one coming up actually, but it was like, yeah, you've got through, you've submitted your CV and done this whole thing, and we want you to do another test. This is an internship. What are you doing? Why am I going through this whole like faff for an internship? It's crazy. It's stupid as well. Like, why is this such a long process? I'm not applying to be CEO, guys. Like, don't panic. Um, but yeah, jobs in general are just so long, and well, I'm lucky that I still have I got a job like, well, yeah, when I was like 17, we came out of lockdown, had a job, and then in my second year of uni, I moved to get better pay. Still retail though. Moved to get better pay, and it was okay actually, to be fair. Whilst I was still at home, and then luckily I could just transfer when I moved out. But it just, I think, obviously no offense to retail workers, but it's the most brain numbing job ever. I'm sorry, it is. Like, I can feel like my brain cells, like one by one, in my head, just going. Um, Not really much I can do though. Just gotta weigh it out. Hopefully find something. September's coming up somehow already. I mean, we're almost halfway through April. Tomorrow. Um, yeah, it's pretty rough in terms of jobs. But I think one thing about the UK is everyone's sort of like, oh, like here sucks. I'm gonna move abroad. It's gonna be so much better. But then everything I hear about everywhere abroad, it's like, I think it's worse. I think it's like significantly worse in other places, like Europe and stuff, in the mud as well. Not really going that well over there. America, well, literally a third world country at this point. I've had this is a benefit of my job. I've had like Americans come in because where I work is a bit touristy, um, and like rich as well. So I've had Americans come in and say it's literally like hell on earth over there. It's so bad. Um, yeah. It's just a UK thing, really, though, just to complain about everything. Like, just generally is. I fall into it a lot. I complain a lot, which is also partly why I'm making this video. To try and complain less, and think happy thoughts. Um, I say that whilst literally complaining about jobs, but I think it's a valid criticism. Like, what's going on? Come on, I have a degree. I did 3 years, and I'm like over 40 grand in debt for internships to say nah. And what's worse, even apprenticeships. I applied to apprenticeships, and it said literally said in the thing, you're not qualified enough. Excuse me. What more do you want? It's an apprenticeship. That's you're paying me like can legally pay me below minimum wage for someone who has a degree, and you said, yeah, nah, sorry, sorry, man, not qualified enough. It's crazy. It's mind-boggling. I don't get it, but I've just got to carry on. Think positive because I mean something will come up. I'm sure of it, but it's just weighing it out. It's just really long, and then weighing out whilst you're working like a dead end job like this is can be demoralizing. But I think in the last few weeks, happy thoughts, and it's got me through it. And then also like alongside that, there's sort of I mean like petrol prices. Everything's just so expensive. As well, like everything is so expensive. Easter just finished. Tell me why the average size egg. So when I was in college, we used to go up like on our lunch sometimes. Go to Lidl and get a new Easter egg, right? You know, little treat. It was £1 for just the medium average ones. And this is like oh my god. This is 4 years ago. I'm s- w- it used to be £1. Look the other day. £4.50. Are you having me on? £4.50 for this. And don't even get me started about the shrinkflation of eggs. It's a disgrace. It's a damn disgrace. And the palm oil as well. Just what the hell? What the hell are we playing at? The world used to be so great. We used to be so good. I mean, we're literally the only like species that could have made any of this. That could have even invented Easter eggs. We're the only ones. What what have we done? We're just like pissing about now. Like, I think almost we just peaked and we were like, yeah, I mean, it's not getting better from here, so let's just fuck about. I mean, and then petrol as well is depressing. Finish work. I mean, this is partly my fault. Um, there's a Tesco's by work, but there's no fuel station. Shout out Tesco's as well. Great fuel, great prices, and I can scan my club card and get money back. Went into the Tesco's by work. There's no fuel station. The closest one, and I mean, I literally couldn't have driven like 10 miles, otherwise would have been over. It was just Shell garage. So the Tesco's by where I live is like 153. Bearing in mind, before this, I never used to pay any attention. I just used to go in and pay like 40 to 60 quid every time and just carry on with my day. I didn't really care. I'm now looking. I'm now looking. I think, yeah, the Tesco's price is like 153. The Shell garage that I have to go to, I have no choice. Again, partly my fault. Was 159. I spent, how much did I spend? I think like close to 60 quid. Um, 3/4 of a tank, not even a full tank. I just, no words really. Really no words. I just couldn't believe what I was looking at. I was like, oof. And all because someone just thought, yeah, let's bomb someone. I don't really know how you like just think to do that. But I mean, whatever makes you happy, I guess. Kidding, fuck you. Anyway, enough of why everything is so bad. Because I'm trying not to complain. Again, that's the whole point of this video. Is to not to complain and think positively. Because there's so much things that are like that prove we're still thriving, we're still doing well. But there's just not enough attention on it really. It just everything has to be bad. I used to watch the news a lot. Don't really anymore. It was on yesterday, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" I'm sorry, like, why are you just ruining people's lives? Give me something happy. Like, I don't know. Yeah, last night, whilst I was asleep, lots of Spider-Man news, new screenshots of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Looks like it's gonna be one of the best animated films ever. Give me something like that news. Come on, make people happy. And I think there also genuinely should be like accountability for the news and like what it outputs, because as like a population, it's just like, well, I mean, especially in the UK, it's just like everything's bad. And we only really have two main channels, right? BBC and ITV. That's three. That's two. No one, I mean, Channel 5 News is dog shit. Channel 4 News, dog shit. I mean, I'm sorry, no one watches that, if they do watch the news. And like BBC and ITV, like, oh, also, I mean, but low key, also just dog shit now. Like, it's just, there's just nothing. There's nothing of any substance apart from this person's died, this place has been bombed, this person has threatened this other person. Come on, give me something new. I mean, I understand it's current, and realistically, we should probably know. But also, I think we just know too much. Like, the internet has kind of like ruined everyone's perception on everything. Like, we've become like insanely like desensitized to any sort of news or any sort of ongoing issue. Like, I mean, I'm a victim of it as well. Like, I go on Twitter. It's Twitter, by the way. I just want to preface that it's still Twitter. No one calls it freaking X. No. I go on there probably too much, to be honest, and that's where they get you though, because I feel like I could comfortably admit that I'm probably addicted to going on there. I am, and like my excuse is like, oh, like I want to know what's going on, but why? Why should I know what's going on all the time? I I mean realistically I don't think any of us should know like constantly what is going on like every second of every day, because I mean it just takes away from your like general like life experiences. You just you want me to do anything. Um and like uh, I feel like I can talk about it because I mean I literally do it like, and like I really need to like just cut it. But then there's stuff on there like for instance, I don't know, like stuff about the new Invincible episode that I'm interested in and that I like reading about. Um, like I just said, like the Spider-Verse stuff, I wouldn't know that that had just happened if it wasn't for Twitter. But then it's like filtering it out. Like I just need a website where I can just get like a summary of like all of this and like a few people's opinions. But like in general, because I can scroll past that and then it's just like just can't. I mean, anyone that uses Twitter knows what I'm talking about. It's literally like a cesspit. It's so bad, and like the stuff you read on there. I mean, especially since like AI is like just blown the fuck up. That website is a mess. There's so many bots and stuff, and there's like stuff I'll click on. I'm interested in that. Let's see what like someone else has to say, and it's like I've just opened ChatGPT. Like, what what am I reading? Like, this it's just complete nonsense. Um, but I think yeah, in general, I think we just know too much. To be honest, I think then just ban it all, just get rid of it. It's just it's like genuinely like rotting our brains because, and the thing is, right, there's instances where it's good that we actually know what's going on. Like, not to get too deep into it, but like Gaza, for instance. I mean, the majority of people know that it was a genocide. Like, they did just wipe out an entire civilization. But if we like just had the news, no one would really. I don't think anyone would really see it like that. They would just see it as like, oh, Israel were defending themselves against what? But like that's my point. Like it's good that we know that that happened, and we only really know about it because of like social media reporting. Because the news, again, like just didn't they didn't really touch on it. It was sort of like vague, like they're vague posting about everything going on. Um, so in that in that instance, it is something that is good, and it's good that we have that, and we have those sources so we can go, you know what, no, this is actually what's happening. But then on the flip side is everything I just spoke about. Like, I don't need to know. Like the other week, loads of stuff on there. Trump's in hospital. Oh my god, he's gonna die. Wasn't even legit. Like, how does that even? Who even starts that? And there's just so much like misinformation, and there's so many times I read stuff and be like, what? Like, there's no way. There's no way. Um. So yeah, I think I really need to like crack down and just get rid. I mean, there's sites like Instagram. Like, I don't think Instagram's that bad, honestly. But then, as I say that, I'm like, oh, actually, because Instagram is actually like a huge factor in like a lot of like image issues, which I can then say I definitely have as well. Because I mean, you look at some of these people and you're like, how are you looking that good, man? How are you doing that? Um, but none of it's again like none of it's really real. So it's just sort of like clocking out with the internet. It's like realizing, "Mm, no, no, uh, no, I don't subscribe to this anymore." But that's where they get you because again, it's such like a strange addiction. I don't think anyone really speaks about, but I can guarantee you, most people my age, I would say 80 to 90% of people my age are addicted to social media and are aware or won't admit it. Um, because I mean we are, and it's like I mean people in my age bracket, we didn't grow up with this. This happened around when we were like 12, 13. But I still think that I mean that's a pretty like crucial age for like there to be such a big shift in how we like communicate with each other. Um, and I don't think it's been for the better. In the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's been that good for us. But I mean, there are ways of like sorting it out, and I kind of wish this was a thing when I was younger, but like the ban like Australia just put on, and I think Scotland or Ireland have put it on, and we might or are. It's like a ban on social media for like under 16s. Yes. And anyone opposing that, are you stupid? Are you stupid? Like, and some of the stuff, again, back to the news, some of the stuff on there about these kids that are being like groomed and to like an insane level. They don't need that. I didn't need that when I was 16. As much as I would have been like, oh, like, fuck the government, they're banning me from Instagram. Oh, fuck you. I think in hindsight, like I'm sat here now, I kind of wish that was a thing. It would have spared a lot of us from a lot of things. Like I remember in school, like seeing someone getting like freaking beheaded, and I would say like I'm at the point in my life where I'm pretty desensitized. I think if I saw that in real life, and this is so bad. I think if I saw that in real life, I wouldn't be like on the floor like being sick. I think I'd be like, oh shit. But that's it. And for me to say that is actually like hearing myself say that is actually really depressing because what? Someone's being beheaded and I'm just sat there like, no. But then also on the flip side, I can say that and then actually see it in real life and be on the floor throwing up. But it feels like if I saw that on my phone, I wouldn't really bat an eyelid. Um, which I think is sad. I've gone on a huge tangent. And I'm actually like really lost on where I am. But I think that's good. I think it's good just to get it out. You can go on tangents. You can waffle about stuff. Um, and on the most part, this is a pretty serious topic, and I do think um there needs to be more like recognition on. Yeah, that's where I was. Social media addiction. I think it's a real thing that a lot of us suffer from, whether we want to admit it or not. Um, and again, our excuse always is, I want to be up to date with stuff. I don't want to feel like I'm missing out if something or other comes up in a conversation. Uh, that's bad. Um, but hey ho, that I mean that's where we're at. Anyway, I didn't mean to speak so long about really bad things. This is 20 minutes of me waffling about bad things. But on the flip side, um, I do think in some instances we are doing really well as like a species. Films right now, if you like films, before I start this actually, right now I think it's the best time to have hobbies in anything. If you don't have any hobbies, find something or like an interest, find something. Because I would say I have loads, which in turn makes my life a lot better because I have so much to look forward to. Um, Granted, I have my family, my girlfriend, my friends that I love so much, and they make my life so much better, so much easier. But then there's things like these that I just like my interests and stuff. I just love like talking about and reading about, and watching. Like for instance, right now, Invincible. If if you're not watching that, um, you're missing out like crazy. It may be one of the best shows on right now, and best shows period. People whinge about the animation again. Social media just chatting absolute rubbish just because. But I think if you haven't watched Invincible, watch it because I mean, yes, it's like comic books and stuff, but it kind of rocks. It's a really good show. The writing in it's actually good, and like the story, even if you don't like superheroes, I actually think like the story is like genuinely quite interesting. Like the deeper story and like what's actually going on is actually like really good. Um, I mean, you've got also shows like I mean, I'm just gonna talk about superhero shows. I'm sort of realizing. Um, but Daredevil, I have watched a bit of it, but I need to catch up. But if you again like Daredevil was one of those shows that I feel like even if you didn't really like superheroes, you can watch if you start on like the Netflix series and then come over to the new one. Season 3 of Daredevil on Netflix was on Disney Plus now, but season 3 of Daredevil is like genuinely like one of the best shows I've ever watched. It's so good. But then away from like superheroes, um, Severance. Been watching Severance with my girlfriend, with Gemma. Um, and anyone that doesn't like Severance, actually no, I'm not gonna be negative, but Severance is just really good. Even if you don't really fully understand it, I think it's very much like a mystery show. Like you're sort of just trying to figure out what's going on at all times. Which I like because it makes my brain work. I like that. And then another good show. I know it's ended, but I just started watching it. Like fairly recently is Succession. HBO Max just came out in the UK, so if you haven't got it, get it, because some of the shows on there are. I mean, I think HBO make the best shows. Honestly, they do. Succession is so good. Such a good show. It's one of those that it's really hard to describe actually what's going on, apart from it's rich people arguing to become CEO. Which the premise almost sounds a bit boring, but it's also one of those shows where you kind of hate everyone in the show. They're all like horrible people, apart from Greg, and maybe Tom, although Tom's quite horrible. Um, you sort of hate everyone in the show, but then at the same time you're like, oh, I kind of like them. Um, Again, it just makes your like brain think and work. Which is, I think those are the best kind of shows and films, which is why I love like Christopher Nolan so much. Just makes you think. Like, I watched Oppenheimer and I was like, you know what? I'm thinking on a level so high right now that I'm gonna read the book. To be fair, I think I got like 100 pages in, but then I got bored. But still, it made me go out and buy a book. It made me think about all of that stuff that was going on. Um, and then you've also got films like the drama that's just come out. Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. Looks great. Need to watch it. But it just looks like, I don't know. It just looks like it just looks good. Like I think a lot of the stuff that's coming out just looks good, man. Honestly, I mean, you've got the Odyssey coming out this summer. Again, I tried to read the book before. I think if you've got dyslexia, I think you've just got to sort of write that off. But I keep buying a book and going, "This is it. I'm gonna love this," and then I can't. It's just no. Although I used to be really good at reading when I was a kid, so I don't know what happened. Can dyslexia just appear out of nowhere, or do you always have it? There's a question. Question of the day: does dyslexia appear, or is it always in your brain? I should probably know, considering I have it. Um, you've got films like The Odyssey. I'm just gonna list off loads of nerdy films, but I mean that's what I'm interested in. Spider-Man. I mean, if you like film in general, you've got to be excited for the new Spider-Man. It just looks great. Um, there's actually an Avengers film coming out, by the way. Um, I mean, we've literally had three pretty naff trailers, but there is an Avengers film coming out this year, which early screenings apparently are really good. So I'm sort of looking forward to it. I'm a bit scared, but I am looking forward to it. And then you've got the conclusion of June. Again, again, it's like I think June is quite nerdy, but also it's not. Like just for the spectacle of it, you have to watch it. And like the first film, I can admit I was a bit like, "Ooh, I don't know, this is like Star Wars but on steroids." Um, Although I think Star Wars was literally like a lot of it was based from the Dune books. Um, but then when I watched part two, for the spectacle alone, I mean, it was unreal. Like some of the shots in there, just to look at, I was like, yes. So yeah, that's I think the same day as Doomsday actually. So I don't know what happened there. Doomsday will definitely change the date though, and they'll push it. January next year. Calling it now. It will not come out this year. Um, so yeah. What else is there as well? I'm just trying to think. There is Supergirl. Looks pretty good actually. A lot of people hate him, but people hate all the time. You can't get away from it. What else? I mean, there's a lot coming out, like just sort of general films, and just like a side note, but like it's so weird to me that like a Christopher Nolan film has like the hype of like an Avengers film or like a franchise film, which I think is cool because honestly, his films are unreal. If you haven't watched any of his films, just start with Interstellar. Your life will be changed forever. You'll cry. You won't laugh. You'll just cry the whole film. Um, and that film is so like deep within my soul. I have like the vinyl of like the music and like the soundtrack. If I just need to get a cry out, I'll just put that on and just sob uncontrollably. And whenever I hear that song or a song from the film, specifically Stay, but it's like STAY, Stay. Yeah, I sob. It's just so, I don't know. It really touches every part of your like emotion, and you're like, God. Um, but yeah, watch it, Interstellar. I think that should be the main takeaway of this video. Not anything I said at the start. Just watch Interstellar. Um, yeah, I mean, there's just so much to look forward to. I'm just trying to think of anything like, I don't know, tech related. Cars are quite cool right now. I hear what people are saying. Screens are sort of in every car now, which is a bit boring. And I can agree actually. I think we should have a bit of a break. There should only really be certain cars that are having screens. Like I just want like a big 1 litre cup holder. Like this is a real big side note, but this is my bottle, right? 1 litres, 1 litre. Um, let me just have a sip. 1 litre doesn't fit in my cup holder though. It's too big. We need to stop messing around with cup holders. Why are they so small? No one has a bottle like that. And if you do, you're not drinking enough water. Everyone, I think, realistically, everyone should have a 1 litre bottle, is a non negotiable. That's also another thing about my job. Creatine right now, for instance, huge. A lot of mums want it. Why? Why do you want that? I do try and talk them out of it. To be fair, there's a lot of research into like the mental side of it, which I don't know. As someone who takes it, I wouldn't really say it's like expanded my mind. Um, but anyway, a lot of mums come in and they're like, "Oh, like, I want to take this." I'm like, my first question always, how much water do you drink? About a glass, maybe 2 glasses a day, and I say leave, leave. I'm not talking to you any longer. Just leave the shop. You're a disgrace. Actually, I wish I could say that, but I can't. I say, "Oh," I just make a face at them of just pure disappointment. Because what do you mean you're drinking 2 glasses of water a day? How are you functioning as a human being? If I don't have 4 liters, I feel like everything's been ripped out of me and it's just dragging on the floor. I feel awful. So when people come in and say, "Yeah, I drink about 1, 2 glasses," oh God, no, no. Again, I've gone on a tangent and completely forgot where I was. It will come back to me. Um, oh, I was just trying to think of new stuff coming out. Screens in cars. How on earth did I get to creatine from talking about screens in cars? We'll never know. Again, that's why I'm doing this video, because this is literally what goes on inside my head. I may be autistic, I may have ADHD, and that's why I'm doing this. But also I refuse to get diagnosed. I don't care. Um, yes, screens in cars. Too much. Give me a big cup holder instead that can hold a litre bottle, please. And also, give me an extender. Like, I looked on Amazon, but unless I'm blind, I didn't really see any. I want something where I can put it in my cup holder and it expands it, so then I can put that litre bottle. Because I have to put it on my front seat, and that shit leaks all the time. So I've literally got a water stain on my thing. Um, I, I think water stains you can get out easy, but it's just annoying. Like, I have a cup holder right there, and I can't even use it because someone thought, yeah, let's make this the size of a Starbucks flipping drink. And I understand like most drinks can fit in, but most cars have two cup holders. Two. And like my old car, right, I had two down by the side. The passenger had their own cup holder, so why isn't one of mine a litre like cup holder? Because the passenger doesn't need one. And I'm sorry, you're a passenger of my car. You're not using my cup holders. Hold your bottle, hold your cup. Don't put it in my cup holder. Get rid of, like, I think there's like, let me think of what cars should have it. I mean, like the bigger cars, I guess. To be fair, I do. I mean, I complain, but I literally like put a screen in my car. Although there was one there, I just put one in that could do CarPlay because it's bloody helpful. Anyone has it. I mean, revolutionary invention. I think it honestly rivals the iPhone for things invented by Apple. Life changing. Um, yeah, I just think like there's just like too much. Just give me like a really nice like brown leather interior with a litre cup holder, um, with like a decent radio, or even just like a small little screen where I can just see like music, maps. That's it. Something like that. Someone invent that. But like all these like Chinese like EVs and stuff have like the most like it's literally like a 15-inch TV in the car. And don't even get me started on Teslas. If you are thinking about buying a Tesla, if you own a Tesla, check, meditate within yourself, find your soul, and realize, no. I always walk past or like just see them driving. There's nothing in there. You have two cup holders and a screen and a wheel. What? That's not a car. That's a flipping. I don't even know what. That's not a car though. They're so soulless and so boring. And if you own one, you may be too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And plus, by buying one, you're literally giving money to maybe top 10 worst people alive right now. Think about it. It's rubbish. And on them, this blows my mind. Why is there YouTube and Netflix on a Tesla? In what scenario? In what scenario are you using that? I'm sorry, I'm so passionate about this. Why are you using that? You do not. If you camp, you do not own a Tesla. Oh, like, oh, but what if I'm on a road trip and I'm gonna sleep in my car? You don't own a Tesla then. No. And like, if you're like road tripping in a Tesla, number one, how the range is like poo poo in them, although they're quite good now. So, but like, if you do anything like camping or anything interesting like that, you don't own a Tesla. There is, and I don't know why there's no ban on that. Why do we need Netflix and YouTube in your car? You never need that. In no scenario do you need that. You just need a map and music, right? A lot of people don't even listen to music, so a map. And sometimes not even that. They never had that. This is new. I don't want a car that has Netflix and YouTube in it. And then to go back on it, they have Netflix and YouTube and no physical, like, they opted for that and said, yeah, you can have no buttons in your car though. It's just this screen. If you want to change the temperature of the vents, you want to move where the vents are, you have to go through 5 menus to find that. What are we doing? Just give me a car that drives smooth. Whoop. Although I say that, and there are a few cars like, I don't know, a Polestar that I'd really love. But yeah, I just think it's silly. I think it's silly. But there are parts that are cool. I can admit that. As someone that loves tech, there's a lot of stuff in the cars that are really cool. Like a lot of the safety features and stuff, like lane assist, heads-up display, great inventions. Keep them going. But screens, I think we should sort of bring it down a notch. Although, I mean, to be fair, I think it was like 2010-ish is when screens sort of started to come in. Because my last two cars are actually 2010s. Because I'm broke and can't afford anything else because I work a retail job. Um, they both had screens in. I mean, yeah, it's fairly limited to what it can do. Like, it had a map that you had to load on like an SD card. I had Bluetooth, but like I feel like it's been around for a while. So anyone that's like, oh, this big boom of screens. I mean, it's been coming, but like we've known that for the last like 16 years. That this is eventually the end point. The end point should never have been YouTube, and oh God, it grinds my gears. Um, anything else in tech? New iPhone coming out. I think iPhone Fold is coming out this September, which could be really interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. Um, yeah, I mean, apart from that, but I mean, the moral of this video really, apart from me just saying everything that's on my mind right now, is I think we'll be okay. Hot take, I think we'll be okay. There are a lot of things that are going well right now. Yes, there's a lot of bad, but I think, I mean, especially in the UK, I think most places right now we tend to focus on everything bad. But I think moral of the story, I think we will be okay. I will find a job at some point. Um, I will own a car newer than 2010 at some point. But these are things that are gonna happen. Gonna happen. It will happen. Um, Trump will be gone in 4 years. It's gonna happen, and I'm saying that because I'm manifesting that that will happen, and he won't put in a rule where you can run for an unlimited amount of time. Um, I just think, as much as it might seem bad right now, it will come good at some point. And I mean, there's little bits of good coming through right now. Um, and I think it's good to stay positive. Like right now, I'm working, and then in my spare time, I mean, I have like 2 videos that I've been editing just because it's just fun. Um, and why not do something that's fun on the side? I enjoy it. I enjoy doing this. Um, and there's also a part of me that I've always gone, oh, I I don't want to do that. I'm a bit scared of being judged. Again, social media really, and just life. But I mean, this is just a hobby. I just like doing this. This is fun. And I feel like I've actually been able to. It's almost like therapy. This may just be titled Reese Lewis Therapy 1. Because it's good to sort of get everything out. I like making videos. This is fun. And even if I'm getting like, I don't know, 10 views on this, eh, it was fun. Um, but yeah, I guess that's that. That's really all I can spiel right now. Um, which has been good. Hopefully, it's been actually interesting to listen to. Um, I don't know. Let me know. Honestly, some feedback would be great. I could maybe structure it a bit better instead of just going from car screens to creatine and women not drinking enough. Middle-aged women not drinking enough. Um, but yeah, I hope it was entertaining just to listen to for a bit. Maybe you're in your car listening to this. That'd be quite cool. Hopefully not. It's not on the YouTube app. On your flipping car. Um, but yeah, thanks for watching.